How's it going, everybody? And welcome to Matchday 16 already. Quick turnaround here. Matchday 15, we had some great matchups. We had some great matches, but here we are coming into Wednesday. Whole bunch of games listed. So let's jump into it. So, first off, we have Atlanta United versus New England Revs. Currently, Atlanta United are one win, two draws, and two losses in their last five, where the Revs are one win, a draw, and three losses in their last five. These two teams have played each other 11 times. Atlanta has won five, they've drawn three, and the Revs have won three. I think this is going to be a pretty good matchup. This is one that is on the voting. If you haven't voted yet, go to the community tab and vote on which match we will watch on Wednesday evening. I will keep that voting open until Wednesday morning. So go in and vote for that. But I think that Atlanta get it done at home. They came back late against Orlando City and drew that game 1-1 on the road. I think, though, that they get it done at home and they beat the Revs 2-1 there at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. So moving on, we have Columbus Crew against Colorado Rapid. Currently, Columbus Crew are one win, a draw, and three losses right now. They are currently on a three-match losing streak. They lost over the weekend to Nashville SC at Geodis Park, where Colorado Rapid are currently 5 losses in a row. What is happening out there in Colorado? That is terrible. But at the same time, their last match over the weekend was against FC Cincinnati. We all know how good they are and how on fire and great form they are in right now. But currently, these two teams against each other. Columbus has 4 wins. There's 4 draws. And Colorado has actually won this matchup 7 times, which is kind of surprising to me. I think that Columbus in the recent years have been a little bit better than Colorado. But anyways, besides the fact, I think, though, that Columbus get back into their winning ways here. It has to start somewhere. They're at home, and I think that they win this match 3-1 over Colorado Rapids. So another matchup that is on our voting on the community tab is DC United versus CF Montreal. Currently, DC United are 1 win, 2 draws, 2 losses in their last 5, where CF Montreal are 3 wins and 2 losses in their last 5. DC United lost to Toronto over the weekend, even though there was so much turmoil and stuff going on there in Toronto. Toronto still pulled out the victory. CF Montreal did win at home against Inter Miami. They are currently on a 2-match winning streak, but that other match is from the Canadian Championship, I believe. And then DC United came off of a victory over a struggling LA Galaxy. This is going to be another one of those good matches. I think a lot of the matchups this week are going to be good here in the midweek. But I think that DC United, I'm going to cheer for DC United in this one. I think DC United win this match against Montreal 2-0 there at Audi Field. So next up, we have Inter Miami versus New York Red Bull. Currently, Inter Miami are 2 wins and 3 losses in their last 5. And the Red Bulls are 2 wins, a draw, and 2 losses in their last 5 matches. I know I've had someone say, like, I never pick the Red Bulls in Chicago. I've had a couple different people tell me, but it's changing for this matchup. I think that the Red Bulls go on the road to Miami and win this match 1-0. Another matchup we have for voting is NYCFC versus FC Cincinnati. Currently, though, NYCFC are 1 draw and 4 losses in their last 5. As FC Cincinnati are currently, their last 5 they've won. And I think that streak goes a little bit longer than what it is. So really, it is a 6-game winning streak that FC Cincinnati are on. I know that last week, for the weekend, I think I predicted that they were going to get a draw. And they went and beat Colorado Rapids at home. Well, they beat Colorado Rapids in Colorado. I have to do it again. I don't think that their streak is going to continue. They're doing very well. But NYCFC have to change something up and get going again. They started off the season fantastic, in my opinion, and they have just fallen off. But I think that Cincinnati walk away with a point. I think that this game ends in a 2-2 draw there in New York. So next up, we have Philadelphia Union versus Charlotte FC. Philadelphia Union are getting back on track to their old selves and currently are 4 games winning and 1 draw, where Charlotte are 3 wins and 2 losses in their last 5. These two teams have only played each other twice, and it is split. Union have 1 win, Charlotte have 1 win. They've never drawn against each other. I think this is going to be our high-scoring match of the midweek, and I think, though, that Union win it at Subaru Park 3-2 over Charlotte FC. So next up, we have Toronto FC versus Chicago Fire. Currently, Toronto are 1 win, a draw, and 3 losses in their last 5, where Chicago Fire are 2 wins, 2 draws, and a loss in their last 5. Chicago's looking pretty good. Toronto, all the media that they are getting, the negative media that they're getting, they did come out over the weekend and get a win against DC United. But I don't think that their winning streak continues. I don't think that they start one here. But I do think that they get a point at home against Chicago. I think Chicago are playing pretty well, not very well, pretty well right now. And I just have to say, though, I think that this game ends in a 1-1 draw there in Toronto. Now we go down to Texas and we go see Austin FC versus Minnesota United. Currently, Austin are 2 wins and 3 losses in their last 5 matches, where Minnesota are 2 wins, a draw, and 2 losses in their last 5. We watched Austin on Saturday night. They didn't look too bad, and they gave Houston a run for their money, and Houston got a late goal. Some things still need to be tweaked there in Austin, and I don't know what it is. I know that they're missing Derusi. Uridi's coming off the bench. I don't even know if Fagundes even got into the match. I don't believe he did. I might be wrong. I can't remember. I know it was just a couple of days ago, but I can't remember if he got in. So I think once they get their core guys back and things start clicking, they might turn it around a little bit, but I'm not sure. As for Minnesota, they drew over the weekend against a strong Real Salt Lake team that I'm saying that they're strong because they're strong on the road. This matchup, they've never drawn each other. Austin has 2 wins. Minnesota have 3. And I think that continues. I think Austin get it done at home at Q2 Stadium, and I think that they win 1-0 over Minnesota United. So that takes us to Sporting Kansas City versus FC Dallas. Currently, Sporting Kansas City are 2 wins, a draw, and 2 losses in their last 5 matches, where FC Dallas are 2 wins, 2 draws, and a loss in their last 5. Sporting Kansas City are coming off of a big win against Portland Timbers. They won that match 4-1, and it was at home, where FC Dallas was on the road against the Earthquake, and they drew 1-1. Currently, FC Dallas are on a 4-game unbeaten streak. That includes a win in Austin, and then the draw there on the road to the Earthquake. I think this is going to be a good matchup just because Sporting Kansas City, we're seeing bright spots for Sporting, and FC Dallas are just a good team all around. But I think that this game ends in a draw there in Kansas City, and I think it's going to be a 2-2 draw. So that leads us into Real Salt Lake against LA Galaxy. Currently, Real Salt Lake are 2 wins, 2 draws, and a loss in their last 5, where LA Galaxy are 2 wins and 3 losses in their last 5. Real Salt Lake are currently on a 4-game unbeaten streak, tying at home against Portland, and then tying against Minnesota United on the road there, and then winning 2 games back-to-back against Colorado away. So again, I think that they're a strong away team. LA Galaxy will not have Chicharito for this matchup. He is suspended. So with that, I think that Real Salt Lake, the job done here. I think that they win this match over LA Galaxy 2-1 there in Salt Lake. So here's a match that I think if it wasn't midweek, that it would have been on the voting because it's at 10:30 Eastern time. I have to work the next day, so we wouldn't be able to watch it. But that's Seattle Sounders versus San Jose Earthquakes. Currently, the Sounders are 2 wins, 3 losses in the last 5, whereas San Jose are 1 win, 2 draws, 2 losses in their last 5. Over the weekend, Seattle Sounders got a win at Lumen Field against the Red Bulls 1-0, where San Jose played at home against FC Dallas and drew 1-1. I think with the game being at Lumen Field, again, just like I said last week, Seattle is just scraping by, and not in a good way. They're only scoring a goal here, a goal there, and yeah, it is winning them some games, but they're also losing games with that. And I think that they only get a goal in this match, but I think it's enough. I think that they scrape by against a good San Jose Earthquakes team, 1-0 there at Lumen Field. And for our last match in the midweek for Match Day 16, we have Vancouver Whitecaps versus Houston Dynamo. Currently, the Whitecaps are 2 wins and 3 losses in the last 5, where Houston are 2 wins, a draw, and 2 losses in their last 5. Houston are currently on a 3-game unbeaten streak and actually a 2-game winning streak. I think that Houston looked pretty good over the weekend. That is the matchup that we watched. We watched Houston versus Austin. Houston had very good ball movement. Their striker had some struggles during the Austin game. There was a couple times if he could just get it together, he would have scored multiple goals, but he struggled. I think, though, Houston's better than the Whitecaps, and I think that Houston go on the road here and win this match 2-1 over the Whitecaps. So that is it for the video. Please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you like the content. Tell me down below in the comments who you think is going to win this midweek. And until Wednesday for the live stream, we'll see you then.